as an entrepreneur, it's not going to work. You cannot wait and focus on everything being perfect, thinking it's going to get you a result because now it's perfect. Because if you sit there and wait till it's perfect, you'll never release it. Perfect is a myth. It doesn't exist. As an entrepreneur, you got to put it out there and iterate as you go.
Welcome to Success Spectrum Podcast, where new entrepreneurs break free from limiting beliefs, build unshakable financial confidence, and step boldly into the life and business they were meant to create.
You have been hustling, you have been grinding, you've been putting in so much time and so much effort, but you're still stuck and you're not getting the results that you want to get. You are outworking most of the people around you, but you're not seeing the results that you want to see, and you're barely seeing any progress. You got it confused. You think that effort is the real thing you should be focused on. You're wearing busyness like a badge. That is not the focus. That is not the aim. The aim is to get results. Yes, effort, but not just effort. If you're working with the wrong strategy, if you're working with the wrong wiring, then the effort you're putting in is not getting you results, and it's supposed to be effort plus results. So we're missing a piece of the puzzle here. The gap is your wiring. It's not your work ethic. You've been putting in work. Again, you've been working hard, and I see it, I know it because I've been there before. The issue of what your wiring is, it's not how you naturally operate. Wiring is how you naturally operate. And you're taking somebody else's strategy right now and trying to run with it. Your wiring does not change. It changes very little. And if you're taking somebody else's strategy, it's not going to work for you if they have a different wiring. The wiring is not what needs to change. Your strategy needs to change. We hear about this hustle culture. So we think putting in more time, effort, money, and dollars into the business is going to get us the results we want, when that's not necessarily the case. If you have the right strategy and you have the right system, then yes, that can happen for sure. Now you want to put in more effort because you're working in alignment. But when you're out of alignment, no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how much you post on social media, no matter how much you send out emails, it's not going to work because you're out of alignment. You're going to stay stuck. Most people are running a system, a strategy that was built for somebody else's wiring. And you might be that exact person right now. You've been running a system for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, and you're wondering why you're not getting those results. That's what I really want to talk to you about today, because when you're operating, thinking that hustling is the way to go, you're not going to get the results. It's not about being busy. It's not about putting in more effort. It's about being productive. We wear it like a badge. Oh my gosh, I've been put in 5 hours today for my business after my full-time job. I put in 40 hours or 20 hours in the week for my business. That's not something to be proud of if you're not getting results. And if what you're doing is not ultimately going to get you a result sooner than later, you're focused on the wrong thing. When we move the needle, now we're productive. Busyness is the things that distract you. Busyness is the things that we think are going to move the needle, but they're not really moving the needle. Busyness is all the social media content, which is not converting anybody. Busyness is setting up the back page or the website, right? The back end stuff. That's busyness. If it's not really getting you conversions, generating leads and getting conversions, it's not something you should be working on technically, at least not focused on and putting most of your energy and effort into it. There's 4 ways that we get stuck as entrepreneurs. The 4 ways are: you move fast. That's one of them. But you often burn out, or you burn bridges. Because you're moving so fast, it's difficult for people to keep up with you, and you're not concerned about the damage you're leaving behind. Another one would be over-analysis, missing the window. You sit there and you analyze. You want everything to be perfect. You want it to be dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's. But as an entrepreneur, let me give you a heads up. It's not going to work. You cannot wait and focus on everything being perfect, thinking it's going to get you a result because now it's perfect. Because if you sit there and wait till it's perfect, you'll never release it. Perfect is a myth. It doesn't exist. As an entrepreneur, you got to put it out there and iterate as you go. The third way we get stuck as entrepreneurs is we stay steady, but we stay stuck in the familiar. Again, we've been doing all the busy work. Maybe you don't like being on camera. Maybe you don't like going out and calling people or knocking on doors or going up to events and networking. Maybe you don't like being the face of this business, whatever it might be. If you stay stuck in the familiar, your business will not grow the way it needs to grow. If you stay hidden, that is one of our biggest issues as entrepreneurs. We stay hidden, obscurity. People don't know who we are. They don't know what we do, and they don't know how to find us. So if they don't know who we are, they of course don't know what we do, and they of course don't know how to find us. They don't even know the problem that we're solving. Obscurity. We got to get out of obscurity. So again, whatever it is for you to stay steady and stay in the familiar, that's one of the things that keep us stuck. Lastly is magnetic starters but weak finishers. You start so strong. You start with all the energy. It seems like a passion of yours and something you're going to do for the rest of your life. But then you stop. And then you move on to the next thing. And then you start with so much passion and energy. And then you stop because the energy dies down. It no longer feels the same. And then you move on to the next thing. So you start strong, but you finish weak. Weak finisher. That's what we call that one. These are, again, the 4 ways, and I want you to think about which one resonates most with you.
What if shopping could earn you cash instead of just costing you? You've been stuck in the cycle, tap, swipe, spend, watching your paycheck just disappear. But one day, after you stumbled onto this app called Rakuten, you ask yourself, why am I paying full price when I don't have to? But then you think, maybe it's just another gift. Then one of your friends tell you about this app called Rakuten, who makes them money and gives them cash back and rewards for thousands of stores every time they make a purchase that they were made anyway. You try it once, you discover hidden deals, compare prices, and you start winning. Shopping becomes a strategy. Every tap pays you back, and you still get what you want. You share Rakuten with your friends, watch your income grow, and become more financially confident. Download the Rakuten app today and keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket.
When you copy successful people, you see what they do, and you try to copy their strategy. One of the reasons it has not been working for you, because there's some successes online now. You see it everywhere. Nothing is offline. Every successful person, let's say, you see them online for the most part. My point is, you see what they're doing, at least what they're showing you online. They may not be showing you all the stuff that they're doing. They're only showing you the portions you want to see. And that's how most people do it. They show you the highlight reel. And then you're copying that. And it's a strategy that's either 1, not going to work, or either 2, against your wiring. That strategy will not work for you in the way you naturally operate. You got to go against the grain. And yes, entrepreneurship is going against the grain for the most part. However, when it goes against your wiring, you're not going to be able to sustain that energy in doing those tasks, that activity, sticking to that strategy long enough to get a result. So what really produces the result is alignment. Once you have alignment, because your strategy matches your wiring and you have a system in place that you can now run to get you to the results you're aiming to get to, that is alignment. And that is what gives you pricing confidence. You no longer have to think, am I pricing this at the right point? Are people really going to buy this? Are people really going to pay me $2,000 for this service? Are people really going to pay me $500 for this service? Yes, they will, because you're in alignment and you now know the value you bring. And now you can show them the value you bring because you're out of obscurity. So this also gives you faster decisions. You can make decisions faster once you're in alignment, and you have less of burnout. You avoid burnout because you're not having to use as much energy to run the system, because it matches more closely your wiring. It may not match 100% of your wiring. Don't get me wrong. However, it is going to be closely related or closely match your wiring compared to what you're already doing. Therefore, you will have cleaner execution and you will know what to say no to. So many people come to you with their distractions. Ultimately, that's what I'm calling it. It's their emergencies, but they make their emergencies your emergency and you accept it. Now you can say no to it because you know you're in alignment. You have an understanding of how you're wired, the way you need to conserve your energy, and the things you need to focus on and do to get your business to where you want it to get to. You have goals, you have dreams, you have a reason why you started this business. And until you say no to certain things, it's not going to become a reality. If you continue saying yes to all of your friends, family, and neighbors when they ask for help, you are not going to be able to help yourself. Therefore, that future that you dream of and that you aim for will not become a reality. It's not about being a bad person. It's about protecting your dream, protecting your energy, protecting your business. So of these 4 patterns, which one resonates with you the most? Confirm it and sit with it for a week, because that's the starting point. And once you do that, come back next week, because we're going to dive deeper into a tool that maps it all out for you. And this tool is one that's been used by elite performers in sports and business to help them elevate and perform at a higher level. And I want to bring you that exact same tool and give it to you. If you want to skip ahead instead of waiting for next week and you want to get your free assessment, go to apexaffiliation.com/flight, FLIGHT. It'll tell you exactly how you're wired and give you a free breakdown that you can review and work with when we come back next week. One final takeaway I want to leave you with is the problem is not effort. You've been putting in a lot of it. The problem is alignment. All right, I know this was valuable for you. Hit like, hit subscribe, share it out with somebody who you know can benefit from it, and come back next week to get a further breakdown of this tool that we've been referring to. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a spectrum. So keep evolving. Kadeem here, and I'll see you on the next one.